Hey folks, how we doing today? It's me again, Shannon Fox here, Devoted Patriots 2 channel, coming to you on a Saturday afternoon. I want to talk to you a little bit about Biden today. I know he's nobody's favorite subject, but I do want to let you know he has lost support and is losing support and will continue to lose support over the next 8 or 9 months behind several dozen things. I don't want to go down the list of some of the things that come to mind to me that just really it's turning the American people off from Biden, even the Democrats and the independents who were believing the lies of mainstream media that protect this guy. Now, I bought some stickers. I buy stickers occasionally. Remember I did that Biden stickers and Biden did that Trump stickers and Biden and I did that stickers you put on the gas pumps. Well, I bought some of those and I bought me some Don't Tread on Me stickers as well along the way. And I realized that's what this is all about. The I did that is how Biden has treated America, and the Don't Tread on Me is how the American people feel after 3 years of Biden. That'll be, I guess, the sum it up of everything I want to talk about here on this video. No real breaking news. This is all stuff that has happened here recently and a little bit in the past as well. But I'm going to go through a whole list of things here that I think has caused Biden to lose his ability to even stand a possibility of coming in as a contender in the 2024. I think without cheating, it would be a 48, 47 state blowout. With the nefarious actions that the left pulls, I think it will be a close race, but I don't believe that Trump can lose behind the fact that mass sections, portions, and entire states will not vote for Biden. There are states like Florida and Texas that will not be voting for Biden. Biden will not win those states. There's a lot of red states out there that he stands no chance in. He won't even debate in. He will spend no money on it. The Democrats will spend no money on the campaign to try to promote Biden in several states because they know already they're red states. And I'm glad for that because we don't have to spend too much money in those states. Now, the battleground states is where it's really at for the race for the most successful outcome. I'm talking about Georgia, Arizona, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Minnesota. Those are some of the swing Georgia. Those are some of the swing states that really are going to make the difference. It's actually about 12 cities that's going to make the difference in this election, and hopefully behind some of the stuff that Biden has pulled over the last couple of years, we're going to get some of those, if not all of those. Now, Alex Jones was saying something about he was on Tucker Carlson, really great interview. Alex Jones a little bit crazy, but at the same time, super intelligent. And he says some things sometimes that I think are just like an epiphany of truth. He was telling Tucker Carlson earlier, he said, right now the American people are like someone in a bad relationship. We're in the car with the kids, and we're trying to leave, and the spouse is still trying to beat us up as we're trying to leave. We're already in the car. We're already packed. We're already on our way out the door. No matter what, or we've already left. We're already gone mentally. We've already left the building, as they say. And 8 or 9 months, we're not coming back. We're not going to vote for this guy. And that doesn't just include the Republican Party. I'm talking about most American citizens that have any common sense left in their brain that realize what's going on with our country with this idiot Joe Biden ruining our country. Not running it, but ruining it. Now, he is losing and lost support, let's say in Georgia alone. The killing of Laken Riley is now front page and center news with the immigration debate and the presidential race in 2024. Now, let me go ahead and show you a little video clip of that. Scroll down a little bit here. He couldn't even say her name right. Marjorie Taylor Greene gave him a pin in the State of the Union address, basically forced him to bring the girl's name up and mention her. Good job, Marjorie. Uh-oh, hold on, folks. I got no volume here.
Not really. I'm told my predecessor called members of Congress in the Senate to demand they block the bill. He feels political win. He viewed it as would be a political win for me and a political loser for him. It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really.
Say her name. That's right. Now, some of you may have seen this.
Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals?
So his answer for an innocent victim of an illegal killing a young nurse is people get killed every day, and not always by illegals. That's his stance on this situation. Pretty disgusting. I hope everybody in America that has any compassion for victims sees this story, lets it hit them right in the heart, and realize Biden's open border policy is why all these heinous immigration crimes are happening. And I would call this an immigration crime. Anybody that is illegally in this country, violating the rights and laws of our country, that's an immigration crime as far as I'm concerned. We need to have special laws in place to make immigration crime twice as penalizing. Just my opinion, folks. But let's go ahead and get to this next part of what I wanted to explain to y'all as far as the next reason why I think Biden will not make it. There are states like Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and even some of the people in California that are sick of the border situation. They are sick to death with this crisis. There's no doubt in my mind that this open border policy is a tragic nightmare for everybody involved, from the border agents having to deal with them, to even some of the people coming across the border being manhandled by the cartels, which is sad as could be, to the fact that it's going to cost the American taxpayer millions, if not billions of dollars to try to support this effort to flood our voting system with these illegals. And it's not just affecting certain states, it's actually affecting every state. Every state is a border state now. But this border crisis is really hit home in a lot of states, and it's even hitting home in places like New York and New Jersey as well, because we're busting them up there, and Biden's been flying them in the middle of the night to a lot of these locations as well. Mostly red states, though. Shows you the game plan. Ohio. Now, that's another state. We all know what happened in East Palestine, Ohio. That was another tragedy. I'm talking about the train derailment, the one that Biden took a year to show up to talk about. Pretty sad situation. Even if it was an accident, I think the controlled burn made it worse. I think the fact that Pete Buttigieg finally showed up after days later. Biden took a year to get there. The ground has not been cleaned. The entire town is contaminated. Nobody's been compensated. And FEMA is not writing checks. If I lived in Ohio, I wouldn't be voting for Joe Biden no matter what town I lived in Ohio, because of the fact he didn't take care of some of our own citizens here in my own home state, if I was from Ohio. So I think that a lot of the people in Ohio will be turned off by the thought of voting for Joe Biden, just behind this one very instance of how he treated some of their fellow citizens. We have the same situation happening in Hawaii. I know everybody remembers what happened in Maui with the Maui fires. Horribly devastating fires. Nobody really knows how the fires got started at this point, but it literally burned a good portion of the island up. Didn't seem to burn up the rich side of the island, but it burned up the poor side of the island. I won't get into that conspiracy because I can't prove anything, but it is kind of a strange situation. But fact be known, Biden didn't do much to help there either. I think he made a conversation about it. This is as far as he got, as far as helping with the Hawaii fires. No FEMA disaster relief, no compensation for the people there, no rehabilitation for the land, none of that stuff. Biden doesn't seem to care what happens to the American people, and that seems to be the mantra here. He doesn't give a shit. He is like these illegals that were let out of jail in New York after beating the cops, got the double-barrel middle finger pointed at us as they walk out. That's the way I feel about Biden. I think he's just shooting the finger to the world as he, in his dementia-riddled self, as he wanders around pooping his pants. Now, we've also got everybody in the oil industries, the steelers, people in the steel industries, all the people that, hold on, let me pause this video real quick, folks. I want to show y'all some of this. We've got oil industry workers, natural gas workers, coal miners, farmers, and like I said, the steel workers, anybody that's in a heavy industry, all being attacked because our industries are being attacked by Biden. If you live in Pennsylvania and you're a steel worker, you probably don't like Biden too much. He's trying to take all of our steel industry out of the country. He wants to build everything out of plastic, or let China build it for us. It's a fact, folks. He's literally attacking all of our major industries, especially our energy, in the name of green energy, in theory. Now, another way Biden is losing voters is the situation with the uncommitted. The uncommitted vote is kicking his ass in Super Tuesday event. I knew it was going to be damaging to him. The uncommitted vote is the people that choose to vote Democrat but didn't choose to vote for Biden, and since there was nobody else on the ticket, they're just voting uncommitted, basically to let him know that they lost his vote, that he lost their vote. Now let me go ahead and show you a couple things here. And I don't think this is just a small portion. Matter of fact, the uncommitted vote thing has really kicked off in the last couple of weeks. I think it started in Michigan. There's a lot of people in Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, several of your up north states have large Arab and Muslim communities, hundreds of thousands of people in several communities, which is how we end up with like the Ilhan Omar types. But at any rate, they were all Biden supporters. They were all Democrats 2 or 3 years ago, about 90%. But with the example of what has happened in Gaza, with the Israeli fight with the terrorists, the Houthis, Biden's on the fence about the situation as far as who he wants to back, who he wants to support, and what he's willing to do and not do. He wants to support the terrorists while he tries to tell Israel what to do. No matter how he goes about it, he's losing support. He's bleeding support in every way because it literally divides his party between the progressive, weirdo, crazy faction and the few normal people left in the party. So the uncommitted option failed to win in any Super Tuesday race, but was able to surpass other Democrat challengers in certain states. The results in the races were called as shows. Now listen to this, folks. 18.9% in Minnesota in the Democratic primary voted uncommitted. Ouch. 18%, 12%, 12.7% in North Carolina, 8.1% in Colorado, 3.9% in Iowa, 7.9% in Tennessee, 6% in Alabama, 9.4% in Massachusetts. It says which Super Tuesday states have uncommitted as a ballot option. The following Super Tuesday states have uncommitted or similarly worded options on their Democratic presidential ballot: North Carolina, Colorado, Iowa, Tennessee, Alabama, Minnesota, and Massachusetts. And Michigan as well. No doubt about it, folks. This is definitely affecting Biden. If even half of these people don't vote for Biden in the primaries, in the general election, he's screwed. He's toast. That's what I have to believe, folks. Each one of these things I'm going through are damaging and are Joe Biden finally taking it on the chin. And he will be taking it on the chin in November because of his actions for the last 3 years. And speaking of his actions, so every state, every citizen in every state that has any kind of common sense is not happy about the border situation. And it's definitely affected by the economy. Joe Biden's $5 a carton for a carton of 12 eggs versus used to be 99 cents. Gas is $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 a gallon versus $1.85 under Trump. These are the things that are going to make a difference to a lot of people. $4 for a bag of potato chips that used to be 99 cents. They call it shrinkflation, Bidenomics. I call it out of control spending that has finally caught up with us. You can't spend 25% of your GDP on green new energy crap that isn't going to affect the country within the next 10 or 20 years with the process, other than just taking the money out, doubling our debt. It's really kind of I would call it a hoax, a climate hoax. Apologize if YouTube doesn't like it, but that's what I have to say. That's my opinion. It is a climate hoax. Now, We've also got the immigration process in New York, New Jersey, several of those up north, Maine even. States are throwing fit behind the fact that they call themselves sanctuary cities, sanctuary states, and then they look up and realize they got to figure out what to do with hundreds of thousands of migrants. So what do? They just decide to start taking money away from the police, away from city services, including trash pickup, helping the homeless, all the civil groups that help with city services. A lot of those are not being taken care of properly. Why? Because they're having to house illegal migrants. Now, a lot of people are blaming people like Abbott and DeSantis for shipping them up there. I think they're doing a great job of shipping them up there. But more than that, I think Biden has sent about twice as many up north as Abbott or DeSantis has. But he's done it in the middle of the night. He don't want to talk about it. So, as is, our country is literally being saturated with illegals coming in, literally from every state, or literally to every state. I think the fact that the blacks, the Mexicans, the whites, the Orientals, all nationalities are feeling the crunch of having to play second fiddle to the illegal newcomers that just showed up in their town. That alone, no matter what town it is going to make a difference in this election. I think it will. I think a lot of people have seen enough to realize, why is it not an America first country that we're living in anymore? The answer is, it's because it's Joe Biden. Even now, Democrats are admitting defunding the police was a massive mistake. You think the police union backed Trump for any other reason than they know he will support them back? That was a massive win for Trump to get the police unions to back him, and the border unions will be backing Trump as well. Probably every local policing agency in the country will probably be backing Trump, with the exception of like the three-lettered agencies, because they're all against him, of course. But the first responders, the firemen, the medics, the police, all three of these, if not several more, the nurses, the doctors, all these first responder jobs, these are people that have put themselves in a situation to where they have a critical, crucial job that they choose to do, that they have took on as their role in life, and most of them don't want to be defunded, have to worry about getting sued for doing their job, and for surely don't want to be attacked by the government for trying to do their job. This defund the police movement has really only helped escalate the violence in our country, and now even Democrat mayors and governors are starting to realize, wait a minute, this ain't good. We can't even slow down the crime because we don't have the cops here willing to do the job, able to do the job, or even have district attorneys that will prosecute when you do have cops that are doing their job. It's really a screwed up mess, folks. Now, one of the other things I wanted to tell you about was people that Biden is losing or has already lost, besides the first responders and the police, is the soldiers, the veterans, the troops, the families, the Gold Star families, the members of anybody that is in the military, has family members in the military, is a veteran, has family members of veterans, anybody that has any sense of sympathy or respect for our military service. When I seen Joe Biden looking at his watch 3 times, every time one of our soldiers were carried off that plane from that Afghanistan bombing, I think that is when Joe Biden literally lost the, I think that's when he lost the race, to be honest with you. I think that day the American people, because mainstream media even covered that, I think that's the day the American people realized this guy is not just bad at his job, he's a horrible human being. He's a sociopath at best. I believe the dementia doesn't help, but I have to believe this man's a sociopath. He's a crook. He's a criminal. If he was any smarter, he'd be dangerous. Let me see here. Go over to the back page. Yeah, that's a disgusting picture, folks. I figured I'd show you all that, though. Here's another part of society that has been attacked by the Democrats and by the deep state. It's the Christians. It's the parents. It's the people that don't want their kids trained to be perverts by their teachers at drag shows. We're supposed to be sending our kids to learn an education to be productive members of society. We don't send our kids to school to learn about their sexuality. Wherever that come in, I don't know, but I don't believe. But only a small fraction of America agrees with that. A very, very small fraction of America agrees their kids should be taught sex and optional, perverted, trans, whatever you want to call it, sex in schools. It's sickening. Just my opinion, but I think that will drive a lot of these people that were Democrats away from the Democratic Party. Hopefully so. And with Biden's Klan referring to the Republican Party as the Klan in a video ad he had earlier today, I don't think that's going to help either. I think that's only going to help divide the people that realize that Biden's desperate if he's got to throw Klan photos up in the background while he's talking shit about the American people and about Trump's MAGA party. Pretty disgusting. I don't think that helped him any. Now, everybody in this country has been affected by crime. Immigration crime is coming to a town near you. I think that's on everybody's mind. I think the border being open, the fentanyl coming in, the illegals being able to get free money willy-nilly and travel around the country willy-nilly on the government's dime, meaning on our tax dollars, or our children's debt, future debt, doesn't seem like a normal, fair system that anybody would want to vote for. So he's losing a few there as well. And last but not least, anyone who knows, I thought that was it. Got a few more, folks. I apologize. I thought I was done with you. The immigration problem, the economy, the crime, how the world sees us, weak, how the Biden crime family has had mainstream media and the government cover their tracks and lie to the American people for years. I think these things are finally coming to light. I know this is not the prettiest picture you ever want to see, folks. Pretty disgusting. But at any rate, this is just a reminder of the things that the American people now know about. You know, right before the election in 2020, they suppressed the laptop, the photos like this, the photos with Hunter and his dead brother's wife, and the transactions on the laptop between his dad and Ukraine and China, and all the things that we have found out through our oversight and our Judiciary Committee over the last year or so. We found out basically the whole Biden crime family is corrupt. 9 Biden family members have been taking the money. Pretty sad situation, pretty disgusting situation, folks, but there's no hiding it, denying it now. As much as the Democrats are screaming, it's not true, it's not true. There's way too much damning, overwhelming evidence. I'm talking about emails, phone recordings, text messages, the laptop, Biden's own words on video. Just one damning lie after another. Cover up. Conspiracy proven to be true. Biden stealing documents. Money laundering. The fact that most likely around 50 countries, ever since Biden was a senator, have been contributing to the Save the Biden Fund. It started with, I think, Biden's brother, James Biden, and eventually Hunter Biden became the bag man. But the American people are finding out about all this stuff, and most American people didn't appreciate being lied to this entire time by the mainstream media. Nobody likes to be played for a liar. And at the same time, nobody wants to vote for a guy that you don't trust, because he's been lying to you, and everybody that protects him has been lying to you as well. I think that alone will make a huge difference. I think the American people are finally waking up. Not everybody, but hopefully everybody with any common sense left will not just support Trump in this race coming up in eight and a half months, but will register to vote and go vote this criminal out of office so we can get rid of him and all his executive branch idiots. I'm talking about Merrick Garland, Anthony Blinken, Mayorkas, all these henchmen at the top. They got to go too, and that's all part of the package. So get ready to vote, folks. We got about 8 months. These are just some of the things. I could probably make a list twice this long of things that the American people, from all races, people from several states, if not every state, feel like they've been wronged by Biden. And I think, like they said yesterday or day before yesterday on CNN, the Trump train is rolling, the MAGA movement is growing, and this is an unstoppable thing. This has forever changed the Republican Party to the America First Party. And whether the Democrats call it racist or not, it's the best thing for our country. That's all I got for you, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and share. Everybody have a great day. Over and out.